Welcome to Slingshot Fever. Hello, slingshot shooters, or survivalists, or whoever else is stumbling across this channel. Hopefully you find something interesting. Today, we're not doing the typical slingshot video. However, I've got something that relates to our sport, and that's fire. A lot of times we spend time out hunting, fishing, bushcraft, survivalist. That seems to be the group that enjoys slingshots. So what I've got today, a few different fire starters that we're going to take a look at. What the strengths are, what the weaknesses are. So stay tuned. First up, we have Fire Dragon. One of the really cool things about these, right here on the package, can be used as hand cleanser. Pull one of these out. Lightweight, waterproof, environmentally friendly fuel, quick and easy to ignite, fast boil time. So what is it? Denatured alcohol. Great item to have in a pack. However, for a long backpacking trip, grab that package again. This here is 6 cubes. Not exactly a space-saving alternative, but for a simple day trip or something like that, have one of these in a first aid kit. A great item. Now, I'm not going to open it up yet because we're going to burn each of them in a comparison. One of the things it does say, using as a hand cleansing agent may affect burn time. So, rubbing this off, obviously, alcohol is coming out of it. We pop this little cube out, we're rubbing the alcohol off. That's less alcohol that's going to burn. That's pretty simple, easy to understand. The next one are the Firelight fire cubes. Same type of thing. It's an alcohol base. Can be used as hand sanitizer. However, a much slimmer profile. Here the Fire Dragon are, and here the Firelight are. Big difference in space for the bag. Now I'll show you this package again. Firelight Fire Cubes, Tinder Corporation, contains denatured alcohol, flammable. It's kind of the point. This one looks more like a gel than a block. I don't know if you can see the air bubble that was just created in there by pinching it. You can definitely see the alcohol moving around. Let's try that with the other one. This is the Fire Dragon. This one, definitely a much firmer, denser feeling cube. Now, these aren't just a fire starter. As it said on this one, fast boil time. You can throw several of these ones in, and again, boil water with it. Now, y'all have seen the Blackbeard video. If you haven't, go watch that. Great item, but is it the best option for you? Here's the full kit, but let's just look at, full kit. Let's just look at one of these guys. Here are some from a previous test video. And you cut it in 1/2 inch lengths, and it's the string, fluff it up, and it takes a spark. Now, a downside to this, it does need a good hot spark. I have my demo lighter here. Obviously, no fuel, but it throws a spark. We're going to see what will or what won't light with such a weak spark, because we all know lighters do not throw a very hot spark. Great thing about this is a lot of fires in a small little space. Once you open these, you're not subdividing it. Could you cut it in half, use half of the cube, and start a fire? Absolutely. How long until all the alcohol evaporates out, though, and it's no longer usable as a fire starter? You cut these in 1/2-inch increments, and there's 3 sections of rope, twine, whatever, all with the smaller fibers. So you cut that. That 1/2 inch, that's 3 fires. Another 1/2 inch, there's 6 fires. And you can make it, use half of one of those twists instead, provided you have good tinder. You need longer fire, throw some more of this on. Works great, other than needing the super hot spark. Brings me to the next one. This here is Outdoor Elements Fire Beaner. Throws a spark. There's a whistle. You can throw a little fire starter tinder thing in there. As you can see, that one has been lit several times. Provided you have good tinder, you should be able to light one, snuff it out. Here's what they look like. No fancy packaging or anything like that. But we're going to have these in there too. The next one, we have Bigfoot Bushcraft fire plugs. Now, I will tell you right now, these are absolutely amazing in both the burn time and how easily they spark up. If I have to pick a complaint, if I have to say one downside to these, they smell good. It smells like a candy. It smells like something you want to put in your mouth. Almost fruity. So little kids definitely want to keep these away from. These are covered in a wax. So these are waterproof. Same thing with the Blackbeard. Same thing with the claims on these ones. Waterproof. I'm not going to test all the waterproofness. I mean, these are sealed in wax. Wax is going to keep water out. That's science. It's been used for thousands of years. Pretty certain it's still working today. Don't need to test that. There's plenty of videos showing freezing them in blocks of ice and everything out, smashing them out. Same with the Blackbeard. They're waterproof. Now, let's go test these puppies. So the first one, the Fire Dragon, it has a waxy but yet alcohol feel to it. Definitely a very strong alcohol smell. So let's plop that there. Let's see if it'll light with a weak spark. No luck. Next up, we have the Firelight. Almost an identical feel. See if this one lights any easier. You would think something advertised as highly flammable would light from a spark. The next one we have are the Fire Element plugs. Now these ones I know do light with. Got to get it roughed up here a bit. Does not look like that one will light with a weak spark either. Well, we did them out of order. We did not do the Blackbeard. Rough these all up. That's just the small clump. See if we can get it to light with a weaker spark. Still no luck on those ones. Lastly, the Bigfoot bushcraft. So you break this puppy in half. Give it some twisting. Get that fluffed up good. And set half down. That's another thing. With these, you can break them in half and use them as 2 fire starters. Now I have lit these ones with a lighter like this, with this exact lighter. But we do have more humid in the air. It's been humidity in the air. So that may be playing a factor. No luck. All right, well, let's get these set up and we'll do a burn time test. Both of the fire gels on the end. The very first one is the Fire Dragon, then the Firelight, then the Blackbeard fire starter, then the Outdoor Element fire plug, and then the Bigfoot bushcraft fire plug. So we're going to light these up as quickly as possible with a handy dandy little torch. And there we go. And it just went out. The Fire Dragon and Firelight, the 2 alcohol ones, kind of combined, but had a total burn time of 4 minutes. The Outdoor Element plug was only 1.5 minutes. The Blackbeard, which you can make burn longer or shorter by the amount used, burned for a total of 6.5 minutes. And the winner, the longest burning, the Bigfoot bushcraft, was a total of 7 minutes and 2 seconds. If you can't get a fire burning with any of those burn times, I'd stay out of the woods when it's cold. So what are the strengths and the weaknesses? Well, the alcohol, obviously strength. It's alcohol. Hand sanitizer, we get a cut. The first aid applications are obvious. Disadvantage. They're big, they're bulky, they weigh a lot. None of them, out of any of the ones we tested, seem to be super proficient at taking a weak, cooler spark. That said, the Outdoor Element, the white fire plugs, and the Bigfoot Bushcraft have both started with that exact green dead lighter. So I know it does happen. Like I said, the humidity's up today, so I'm sure that factors in. The Blackbeard Firestater. As you've seen, this was one of our top competitors. Strength. Its size for how many fires you get. If you're a month-long trail hike or whatever, this one's a good one. Takes not a lot of space, has a good burn time. Downside, the prep to it. You have to cut it. You have to floof it all up and everything. There is a definite minute or two prep time to have this ready to take a spark. When it's paired with a quality ferrule rod, like the one they sell at Blackbeard, which is a good size ferrule rod, throws great hot sparks, there's no problem getting it to light. There's a lot of weight to this though too. As we all know, the best bet when we're in the woods, carry flame. That's a surefire way. However, these tinder items are nice because if stuff is wet, well, it's much harder to burn. The Bigfoot Bushcraft. Love these. Again, just like with the Blackbeard and the alcohol, the outdoor element, it's not just a fire starter, but a fire starting tinder. It holds the flame for a while, meaning you don't have to have that bird's nest ready. It is not like char cloth where you throw a spark on it and immediately throw it into your bird's nest of tinder and to get a flame. These will carry a sustained flame. Obviously, the Blackbeard, that depends on how much. Obviously, you throw this whole log on, it's going to burn a lot longer. The Bigfoot Bushcraft, right around 5 minutes is what they say. Now, a great item, these tins. Tin holds 25 of these. Lid screws on. There's also these flat slider tins. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them in here. Just like Blackbeard, they have a ferrule rod that throws good hot sparks. And again, it is a big fatty ferrule rod. Not quite as heavy as the Blackbeard or as long. Diameter is about the same. The little bundle is great. Throw your ferrule rod in it. Throw plugs in there. You've got a complete little kit right there. Not a big, huge bundle or anything. Can easily fit it in numerous pockets. 8 plugs, so 16 fires. If you're going camping for the week, that is more than enough. Unless you're starting a fire 3 times a day. Grab this one. Carry the whole bag if you're on a big, long trail hike. The benefit to these is if you're having issues with finding good tinder, dry grass, birch bark, cedar bark, any of the tinder funguses that will burn and carry a good cherry sustained flame to help get the fire actually going, you can carry these with you. I definitely, depending on the purpose, it comes down to the Bigfoot Bushcraft or the Blackbeard. Both of them take minimal space. These require less prep time. So if you're more looking to get a fire fast, another thing to point out, here on the lid is the instructions on how to use the fire plugs, which is great use of the top of the lid. All in all, a great product. It's your choice. What's right for one isn't necessarily right for another. So keep that in mind. Hope this helped somebody make the choice of what they want to go with. They all burned well. No complaints on burn time. The Blackbeard and the Bigfoot Bushcraft definitely had the better of the burn time. So keep that in mind. Hope this helped. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this content. And as always, shoot safe, shoot straight, and God bless.